Mind Bang, episode recap, Andor 2x4, Stalin, Star Wars, and the Laser P Awakening. So the other night I got up at 3:17 a.m. to pee. Normal stuff, right? Except this one was different. I swear, it was glowing, like it lit up the bathroom. I stood there blinking like Luke Skywalker holding his dad's saber for the first time, half asleep, aiming at the toilet bowl like I was deflecting blaster fire in a trench run. That's when it hit me. I need to talk about Andor again. Because Andor Season 2, Episode 4 just dropped, and it doesn't just slap, it punches you in the gut like a Chewbacca hug during a prison riot. This episode is dense, dangerous, and disturbingly grounded. You can almost smell the Imperial floor polish and taste the fascism in the air. Let's talk about it. Rebellion isn't pretty. It's cold, calculated, and kind of Stalin-y. So here's what most people don't realize. While you're watching Cassian Andor and Luthen Rael spin their web of intergalactic chaos, you're actually watching a loose retelling of a real-life gangster tale that starred young Joseph Stalin. Yeah, that Stalin. Mass murderer, dictator, but before that, guy ran with revolutionary bank robbers and wore long coats like he was about to walk into a Matrix sequel. Tony Gilroy, the brains behind Andor, straight up said young Stalin looked like Diego Luna. And honestly, he's not wrong. Go look up a picture of young Stalin. Dude had cheekbones so sharp they could slice through a stormtrooper's armor. This episode leans into that historical chaos. Andor 2x4 drops us right back into the simmering tension of a rebellion built on backroom deals, stolen credits, and morally bankrupt compromises. Luthen, played with ice-veined perfection by Stellan Skarsgård, is out here Lenin harder than Lenin himself. The guy could sell spice to a Jedi and still have the buyer apologizing for not paying more. How to rob an empire when you're broke, angry, and kinda sad. The emotional spine of this episode is watching Cassian walk the tightrope between criminal and revolutionary. He's still skeptical, still guarded, still clutching that inner voice screaming, "Don't get involved." But the tide's turning. Slowly. Brutally. Because Andor doesn't do fast. It simmers. The tension is in the tiny things. Body language, throwaway lines, looks exchanged across rooms. Nobody trusts anybody, and for good reason. The Empire is closing in, and the people trying to fight back are, how do I put this politely, mentally fried, broke, and sleep-deprived. It's the burnout rebellion. Half these folks have trauma flashbacks before breakfast, and that's the brilliance of this show. These aren't clean-cut heroes with action figure potential. They're messy, complicated, and some of them definitely haven't washed their socks in 3 episodes. The rebellion isn't noble. It's necessary. It's what happens when you've been punched so many times by the system, you start swinging back even if your arms are broken. Galactic Lenin versus Interstellar Stalin. Let's talk real quick about the Gilroy-Stalin pipeline. The connection isn't just visual, it's thematic. You've got a disillusioned man with charisma, brains, and a talent for bending morality like a force-sensitive contortionist. Stalin, in his early years, wasn't just a thug. He was also a poet, a romantic, and a tactical mastermind. He planned bank robberies not for clout, but to fund revolution. Sound familiar? Andor's whole arc is basically Stalin fanfic filtered through space dust and rebellion logos. Luthen sees Cassian as the perfect tool, part bruiser, part idealist. That's what makes this show sing. It's not about laser battles, though, yes please, more of those. It's about ideology, survival, and when it's okay to become the monster to kill the bigger monster. The tension isn't between good and evil, it's between people trying to do what's right and what's effective. Office politics, war crimes, and your coworker Cyril. Meanwhile, over in corporate dystopia HQ, aka the ISB, we're getting slow, delicious morsels of bureaucratic villainy. Cyril Karn, king of sad boy energy, is still chasing relevance like it's on sale at Space Amazon. His obsession with looking just a bit smarter than everyone else by tailoring his uniform? Peak insecure LinkedIn guy vibes. And Dedra Meero? Oh, she's in her villain era. Creeping up those ranks with a datapad in one hand and a knife behind her back. Every ISB boardroom scene feels like watching fascist LinkedIn influencers trying to out-buzzword each other while planning war crimes. The way this show builds its antagonists is chilling. They're not cackling Sith Lords, they're spreadsheet people. Civil servants, The kind of folks who'd absolutely sign your death warrant after lunch and then complain the coffee machine's broken again. Revolution isn't streamable. It's lived, bled, and broken over time. Andor doesn't rush. It builds. Slowly. Like sedimentary rock. Or your student loan debt. Every episode piles another layer of tension, compromise, and soul-shriveling decisions on top of the last. And 2x4? It's one of those episodes where nothing explodes, but your faith in the characters does. You feel the weight pressing down on everyone. The Empire tightening its grip. The rebels getting itchier, twitchier, and a little more desperate. And you know it's gonna blow, but not yet. Because real revolution doesn't arrive with a lightsaber duel. It comes with whispered meetings, sleepless nights, and bad coffee in cold kitchens. And that's what makes this episode brilliant. It's not flashy, it's real. The slow grind toward chaos, the corruption, the sacrifice, the growing realization that if you don't act now, someone worse will. Wrap up. My pee was a metaphor, and so is this episode. So yeah. Andor 2x4 is about as far from pod racing and Ewoks as Star Wars can get. And that's a good thing. It's telling the kind of story that doesn't just echo history, it warns us with it. Every cold Imperial hallway, every desperate rebel gamble, every polite smile hiding a gun beneath the table, it all points to the truth. Empires fall, but not before they make monsters out of the people who dare to fight them. And speaking of monsters, that light-up 3 a.m. bathroom pee? Turns out I forgot to flush a glow stick the night before. My bad. Thanks for watching, folks. If you like this breakdown, go ahead and hit that like button like it owes you money, subscribe like you're trying to get off-planet before the ISB shows up, and share this video with your nerdiest friend, or your most revolutionary grandma. I don't judge. This has been Mind Bang. And remember, the Empire isn't just out there, it's also in here. Points to heart, but dramatically. See you next episode. Don't forget to flush your glow sticks.